Okay, so now we're going to work on some really important aspects of this class. This is probably one of our more important lectures in this entire term, and that includes the specific purpose statement and the central idea, or the thesis statement. These two things, when you look on the paperwork that you just downloaded, so the outline template, there's two headings. One says specific purpose and central idea. Those two things are worth almost 20% of your outline. So it's important that you get two sentences right. So let's say that those are the only two things you get right on the outline. At least you have that 20% coming to you. So I can't stress enough how important and how foundational these two sentences are. So that's why we're going to focus on that right now and try and get ourselves ready for our next class period with this in mind. To begin, I'm going to go back just a little bit to our last class period where I talked about the general purpose. Who remembers what the purpose of a general purpose is? What does that identify?
The point you're trying to make, or the reason why you're trying to.
Very good. Okay, so it's your relationship with your audience. So a general purpose, that's going to be the first thing that you identify with your audience. What's our relationship? What can you expect from me and not expect from me? So that's first. And what were those things we talked about? There were three of them.
Inform, persuade, and entertain.
And we know there's more, but for the purposes of this class and this book and your test, these are the three that matter. So here we have general purpose, identifying a relationship with the audience. Next is the specific purpose statement. This is also called an objective. One sentence, one complete sentence. Okay, so when we say we have an objective, what is that? In a speech or a paper?
Say what you're talking about?
Yeah, what you intend to accomplish. So there are three things that have to be in a specific purpose statement. You see it okay? Okay, the three things are, first, this thing over here. So what's the first thing you know you're going to say?
Tell them what you're talking about.
Okay, let them know that it's informative. So we're just going to put inform here. Okay, the very next thing, and this is what makes this objective or specific purpose statement special, is that it is audience-centered. So you need to include your target audience. Okay, who is that?
Coworkers, bosses.
Okay, and this class. All right, so we're your target audience for your topics. And the very last thing is what you've been working on these last couple of class periods. You've been narrowing down something. What is that thing? Yeah, you've been narrowing down your topic, your goal, your theme. Okay, and you're just going to put that in one sentence. You can get a little bit fancy with it, but you don't have to. So it sounds like, remember, you've narrowed this down to something that can be stated in 7 minutes, so you have to have a narrow topic by now. I will. Who? The class. About. Here you fill in the blank. It's that easy. And I have taught this for like 12 years. And I promise it is not any more complicated than that. I will inform the class about this thing. That's it. It's narrowed down. You can get fancy, and you can say, I plan to educate my peers, the participants, about this thing. And so those are for you that really, that you need to break out of that creativity, that the box we're putting you in, and that's okay. I don't care, as long as you have these three things in here. Other things you can do with this, but you don't have to, is create what's called a behavioral objective. And that's just saying, by the end of this informative presentation or workshop, the participants will be able to list, describe the steps of the adoption process. Okay, so those are things, and it's very good if you are conducting some kind of a workshop and you want those outcomes. For those that plan to be teachers in here in some fashion or form or train, the behavioral objective, we like that. When you do this, you need to make sure, first of all, that it's a very narrow topic. Common mistakes I see are more than one topic or goal. So we just want one thing, very specific. And then figurative type language. Let's go ahead and write this down. And then share this with your peers. Oh, we will miss you.